What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everyone, as always, is having a fantastic afternoon. We're going to be discussing the price of Bitcoin. Looks like the end of month is actually closing in upon us. Boys and gals, can you imagine that we only got 2 more days left in the month? Now, at this point in time, many people do not expect, myself included, that Bitcoin will conclude the eighth final month green, which would have been absolutely incredible to see, just because it's never been done before. It's always had the 7 green months was absolutely fire, but even after these 7 green months, it looks like again Bitcoin is down 10.5% for the month. Currently sitting at 63,000. Aw, puppy's a little hot, a little toasty, I guess. Currently sitting at $63,734 right now. You can see again, it looks like we probably will most likely not be closing the month higher. So, what does that mean? Well, whenever I look at this information, this is actually a good thing for healthy market structure. I would have really hated to see it go up and to the right forever. I know, as crazy as it may sound, this is actually good, healthy market structure. We do have a triple top at this point in time, retesting out the $71,000. We have tried breaking out 3 times already on the daily. And again, this is all the way back middle of March, where we really tried starting this trend, breaking out of it. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's been able to fully break out of the $71,000 mark. This is where it had to actually end up being as well in order to close the month green, which would have been absolutely incredible. We were actually seeing some price positive action going into the Bitcoin halving. And then again, as you already know, we saw the pullback as well. So at this point in time, we've actually had roughly about 6 days of red, 1 day of green. So the market is still wanting to actually push the price down. If we actually were to pull up wicks on this chart as well, so we can really see what the market's kind of wanting us to see. At this point in time, you can see the market is wanting to push the price up. It just doesn't want to fully get there just yet at this point in time, which again, for a healthy market structure, is very, very bullish. Now, again, if y'all already see, I see Prospector in the house. I see Tam Tam in the house. What's up, y'all? This won't be too long of a stream. I'm going to go make some dinners, go have some dinners with the fam. So, as always, I hope y'all are all having a fantastic day. And if you would like to get some of this merch as well, we'll go to
PulseX, Maxis, a whole lot of Maxis. PulseChain, Maxi. October has say it tab me. Team with your heart if you ask me. I eat the pretzel, I'm nasty. It's still a bad market, I'm winning. I had a goal and I hit it. They only mad at you committed.
You get this merch and more. Go buy yourself something for you, for the kids, for the fam, for the friends, and all that good stuff as well. So we got Maxi showing up right now. But again, on this chart right here for the Bitcoin chart, it does look like we are seeing these bigger candle wicks on the lower side of the candle. So things are wanting to push bullish. If we do end up going bullish, essentially we are going to play within this parallel channel that we've actually drawn or got drawn on the screen right now. And we just bounce all within this range, in this zone, in this range, in this zone. So the next pump up would put us roughly around 65. Pump down would put us roughly around 60,000. So I know so many people who have already unfortunately gotten shook out from these moves. Again, this is only a 15% pullback in Bitcoin currently at this point in time for prices, roughly around a 12.5% pullback. So not that crazy when it comes to the crypto side of how things work. However, many people are getting absolutely washed, and that is a-okay. Whenever we actually pull some of these up as well, it's just good to see what's going on. Now, if I were to pull up on this to see kind of like where things might end up going as well, going into the future, looking at the previous 30 days, or I guess I have this currently at the previous 50 days, this is showing exactly like we had talked about, where we're essentially going to be going down, going up, going back down. So we are probably going to hold this 60,000 level in Bitcoin. I do see that level as a pretty good level of support as well. So 60,000 is probably going to be 61, 60,000, somewhere in there. Probably going into May. Usually in May, it's a sell in May. It's a sell in May and go away situation. So as we are kind of sitting there, kind of seeing how things may end up going, it's just something to keep in mind. Now, again, on the overall trend, folks, we are massively bullish over here. And again, if I just kind of zoom out, you can see we are on a massive bullish uptrend going on the parallel channel. And there are typically going to be some pullbacks. So keep that in mind when it comes to crypto. If this is the first cycle, or if this is something that you have never experienced before, crypto is volatile. Now, what's crazy is these swings aren't really that crazy, especially when it comes to the Bitcoin term. But there was a whole lot of people that started buying Bitcoin and got into crypto and got introduced to crypto right whenever all these green candles really started pumping. And now they're sitting here going sideways because that's usually how the market likes to do it. Someone finally ends up getting in, you finally get in, you're like, oh my gosh, we're going to 100,000. That's the next level. We're going up to the moon. And then it just stops dropping. Then it goes up. You're like, yes, we've recovered. We've done it. And then it goes back down. You're like, oh my gosh. It goes back down. You're like, what is happening? What is going on? Make your mind up. This is crypto in general, folks. Keep that in mind. We are going into where is going to be one of the most crazy bullish cycles ever, especially when it comes to the total crypto market cap right now. It's currently sitting at $2.28 trillion right now. And I do see this number going up into the $20 trillion market cap for the overall crypto space, which is a massive, at minimum, 10x on the overall space. Imagine $20 trillion, y'all, at this point in time, inserted into the crypto sphere. And all the numbers that you've seen have really only been within a $2 to $4 trillion market cap range, right? Like if we break this down over here, we've only ever hit $3 trillion overall, right? That's pretty dang crazy, especially considering the moves that have happened in crypto. So whenever I see some of these numbers and figures, yes, it seems a little bit crazy. But again, whenever I pull these up from what we've seen in the past, this is showing we have a potential to at least get to $10 trillion market cap. And again, I'm of the mindset that we're probably going to be probably closer to about 20 to 24 trillion, depending upon how the market really decides to actually go, which is still massively crazy. Again, all the moves that you've seen in crypto, all the thousands of X's, all the hundreds of X's, all the tens of X's have all happened within a $3 trillion market cap for crypto. Where do we end up going at the 20 or even $10 trillion market cap overall? Things look mad freaking bullish, y'all. Going into the Ethereum chart real quick, just for a brief moment, it is currently sitting at $3,215. This is on the trend right now for the 3 month. If I was to break this down on the monthly, again, we are finally going a little bit red. Ethereum does seem to follow Bitcoin very closely. And I think I pulled it up on chart. I think it has a 95% correlation, which is wild, y'all. That is very correlated with it as well. However, if I am seeing the same little flag that we are kind of forming right now, it is kind of saying that Ethereum could essentially still drop to $2,800 and still bounce up to $3,500. But until we actually break out of this flag and actually decide which way to go, whether up or down, that is something I'm waiting to end up determining which way the price actually ends up swinging, because Ethereum still has yet to break its previous all-time high, 48.68. So when Ethereum is going up again, it will have some time where it will actually finally end up breaking out into its previous all-time high as well. And it is on a very good bullish trend right now, y'all. This is very freaking good. On the daily, it looks a little bit bearish just because, again, how the markets have ended up doing it. But it is starting to flip around to a bullish trend as well. We have actually broken out, and right now we're still playing with inside this parallel channel. So again, levels to be paying attention to that I just talked about for Ethereum, somewhere around 3,600, possibly even 3,400. Levels on the downside, possibly 2,800, all the way down to roughly around 27. If it really was to end up breaking down and sell be within this this bullish channel. So that's where I'm kind of paying attention to on the Ethereum side. I think for the most part, things have kind of started to hit bottoms. Again, we haven't seen the big pullbacks yet or big corrections. So could we still see something like that? At this point in time, we've only got a 30% correction. And on average, when Ethereum does like to actually get into a bull cycle, usually you'll see a 50% correction at some point in time. So we just have to end up waiting to see what actually kicks off next. looking at the overall ecosystem for PulseChain. What's up, my boys? We got PulseChain sitting right here. Currently sitting at 40702. Currently sitting on the pulse of Pulse X, price of Pulse X. Currently sitting at 40282. The incentive token at $3.40. Hex is sitting at 20864. And Ethereum Hex is sitting at 2 zeros and a 2, with the ratio still 1 to 4. So it looks like people are finally starting to somewhat buy back into the Hex chart. Let's just take a little gander at the Hex USDC pair real fast and see if we can see any sort of like trends going on right now. Give me one second to see if we can pull up a different one. All right. So at this point in time, yeah, we're kind of going sideways. It looks like we have basically found a nice little bottom at this point in time for the Ethereum Hex side chart. Now, again, any whale can come in and do whatever they want at this point in time. But overall, for the most part, it looks like the bottom was back here in the middle of March, right after the kill tweet was sent. So it's just a matter of time, because now at this point, whenever I pull up the trend line to see what's actually going on, this is still to the upside. So we are making higher highs and higher lows, as crazy as that may sound. So don't miss out on the opportunity. If you're wanting to get yourself a million hex, it's $2,000 right now. And again, folks, I do remember a day where you would get a million hex, and it was $300,000 at the time. So keep that in mind. It's all about perspective. These are opportunities that are presenting themselves to you right now at this point in time. But at the end of the day, you got to make that decision for yourself. Hex over on PulseChain currently sitting at 208 at this point in time. I guess I should say 864 if I really want to get technical. Once again, we are playing within a 20-day moving average channel right now. So I'm just going to kind of zoom on in a smidge. It looks like we had the close on the red. But once again, we are seeing higher highs and higher lows. So it is wanting to push the price out. It looks like the bottom was on the 12th of March at this point in time. I'd be surprised if it does continue down to the other side, if it actually broke below it. However, crypto is volatile, as I've stated many a times already. So make sure to invest wisely and take responsibility for any purchase that you make yourself. Price of PulseX currently sitting at 4028 right now. And you can see at this point in time, we are below the 20 average, or the 20-day moving average channel. It is forming as a level of resistance. So ideally, what we would want to see is to break back into the moving average channel right here, break out even up to the top side to really test it, and then break above to really start things going at this point in time. But you can see it is slowly starting to end up doing this little curve where it's just going to end up kind of slowing on down. It looks like the candles are again kind of getting smaller, 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 and eventually just kind of reaches the bottom where people are like, all right, I've sold enough. I can actually go start buying now. We are into an oversold territory right now on the stochastic RSI, so it is something that I am paying attention to, but it's just a little mindset there. We did break below trend. I didn't expect this trend to hold. That was a very steep trend at that point in time, especially how the market has been behaving, especially over the last 2 months, or I guess weeks at this point in time. Looking at the weekly, it just closed on the weekly. Again, we had 1, 2, 3 red, 1 green, 1, 2, 3, 4 red. Again, we're going to see if we can finally start pushing this bottom part here, push back into the 0.5 retracement. So on the upper side, looking at 403654, if we really wanted to push up to the 618, that would be ideal, which would be 404677. On the low side, again, this blue line for resistance or support is where I'm actually seeing kind of, if we do go low, where we might go to. So 40246. Just prices I'm paying attention to, boys and gals. Current price of the Pulse chart as well. And this is a quick little market update for anyone who is knowledgeable or wanting this info. It's always good to kind of get a little basis as to what's going on. And I'll just keep it a buck with y'all. I'm not trying to get anything crazy. I've always tried to be transparent with what I see looking on the charts, how I see the overall market shaping up. I do see this going until roughly around June before we really start seeing some action one way or another. So if you're looking to see what could end up happening, we probably are going to go sideways for at least another month. Again, just my 2 cents, giving everyone a heads up so that way you can make your own 5P, right? Proper preparation, preventing poor performance. So keep that in mind. Again, that's where I'm seeing the price of the Pulse chart. This actually surprised me. Ink has actually been down now for essentially 8 weeks. This is on the eighth week of it actually being red. Ink has not actually been green on a close of a week. At this point in time, the last time it did this, it was actually all the way back when it kind of first launched. We actually ended up getting 9 red weeks in a row. And you can actually see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 red weeks. It kind of got a couple of green, went for a little bit, went down a little bit further, and then actually started pumping. So kind of curious to see what could end up doing. Similar situation. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me just do a quick little bars pattern and see if we can kind of estimate what may end up doing if it just kind of did this similar situation where we got the 9 or 8 red weeks in a row. So let's just kind of play it up right here. Wow. That would bring ink back to $1. My gosh. That would be freaking wild, first of all. That would be an opportunity to be snatching up as much as you can for as long as you can for all that good stuff. But again, this is just kind of a not it doesn't always have to go this exact pattern, by the way, right? Anything can happen at any point in time. As a matter of fact, we do a different bars pattern too, where you just say, cool, what happens when we've actually bottomed on the price and then just start pumping, right? And this is another way of looking at it. So it's two ways of seeing it. First way of seeing it right here, as we actually end up getting into this zone, we would be right around the $11 range. This is actually into October, boys and gals. So keep that in mind. If we got to see something like this play out, that would be pretty damn wild, if I do say so myself. If this was in fact the bottom and the pump is actually about to kick off, and we saw a similar pump as what it did right here last time when it actually went up roughly around 25x, that would bring us into a ballpark range of $48 per ink, which I actually believe would be more likely to be the scenario. But I don't believe it's going to really start kicking off until roughly around June. So I can see us going back up into here, which is roughly around the $7 range by May. It's definitely a plausible situation that I can foresee myself. Doesn't mean it actually has to play out this way, but this is my thoughts and how I see it. And then it would actually start pumping all the way up to roughly around $47. That would be pretty damn good. There would be many people all of a sudden just aping all they can back into ink. People love buying green candles. We have actually fallen into the moving average channel of the 20-week moving average channel right now. So on the low side right now, this would bring us roughly around to $2.60 if we were to bounce off the channel like we typically do. That's the reason why it's there. And then going back up before we actually start seeing some price actually going back up. So fun stuff overall. Let me say hello to the chat, say hello to some beautiful people real quick, get some news pulled up, see what's going on with some news events and all of that happening if we actually have anything kicking off. Here we go. What? 1 second. Weird. All right. It wasn't getting rid of it. Hmm. Okay. Well, anyways, let me say hello to some beautiful people who are here real quick. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all the lovely folks who are here. Tam Tam, what's up, fam? Chillin' Chica, Fred B, Pretzels in the chat, absolutely. Chaztown, made it, fam. Thank you so much. Jason Smith in the house. ATX, what's up, my boy? How you doing? Yo, Logic 33. Why are people not dumping ink? Making me mad. Lol. They really want to get some of that ink. You know what I mean? Give me that $1 ink. Well, Jamal, hey, you might get your wish, my boy. And that's what's funny about crypto in general is sometimes you end up getting what you want, but it just took longer than you thought it would be. Regardless of the price going up or the price going down, it does work both ways. Yo, tea time chiming in. Hope all is well. We are in there. Yeah, we sure are. Tomorrow, new monthly May candle. Yeah, crazy, right? It's gonna start a new month as well, and I'm curious to see how the market's going to react. Usually, the good old adage is sell in May and go away, and come back in October when everything's all clear, or even September. And for some people, man, crypto is so volatile that you don't want to miss that opportunity to sell now, even if it could drop another 20%, for example, trying to buy that particular dip at that point, or even 30%, trying to capture that moment where you just get to say, I sold more, I bought more. It's incredible because all of a sudden a whale can step in and just flip the script on you so fast, so fast. And it was absolutely crazy. Um, how it always ends up playing out that way. So just kind of keeping that in mind. Yeah, tomorrow's the new month of candle though. What else we got for news real quick? We got MicroStrategy continues to stack Bitcoin with the $1.65 billion purchase during Q1. MicroStrategy be this is like this is like this is like the epitome of retail investors, which is hilarious. MicroStrategy will come in and they typically, for whatever reason, only like buying the Bitcoin when the pump is actually kicking off. So like whenever like Bitcoin's doing its thing, for example, I'll just kind of pull up like this chart real fast, and then we go to like a monthly. Like MicroStrategy doesn't necessarily even buy down here. Like they were buying, but it was very small amounts. They weren't dropping like $1.65 billion when it was $15,000. That's the time to freaking do it. No, they start taking out leverage. They start doing all that other stuff when Bitcoin's at like 40,000, 60,000. They start doing raising all, $150 million. It's like key retail investor mentality. Kind of hilarious. Yeah, exactly. It is going to be the 1 year anniversary for PulseChain in a few days. Absolutely. We are about to hit the 52-week mark. We got Crypto Wonder in the house. What's up, my boy? Cyber heist alert. North Korea hackers Lazarus Group used LinkedIn to prey on crypto firms. Here we go. And Samurai Wallet developer Keon Rodriguez under home incarceration after securing a $1 million bail. And we got price of Shiba Inu from Asia expansion to AI innovation. IQ.wiki charts its features in crypto. What is IQ.wiki? I don't think I've ever wiki. I don't think I've ever heard that website. The world's largest blockchain and crypto encyclopedia. Ooh. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't really have anything crazy on here. Does it have like news? Is it just like something I can actually look more on? IQ Learn, dashboard, IQ code, brain DAO, rank, activity, categories. Let's just see what we got for. I always like doing this because this is what we're missing right here. We can't even find anything. That kind of stinks, man. You know what I mean? Like in all reality, you start looking at this kind of stuff and you're like, all right, cool. Well, what do we got here? Nothing here. And again, I get this is probably like a wiki, so anyone can come on here and just make any sort of news on here. But when you start seeing other people like Polkadot, Cardano, Jupiter, right, Solana, they're all getting the news out. I think we're kind of missing that for sure in our ecosystem, but neither here nor there, right? What else we got for news real quick? Friend.tech V2 and crypto airdrop set to launch this Thursday as Bitcoin price poised to hit $95,000 amid persisting greed. I don't think so about that. Analysts claim altcoins reach market bottom ready for new bull run. There you go. I do believe in that one. Tether shifts focus, pours millions into BlackRock. Neurotech, Shiba Inu continues price correction. What's next? Anything crazy happening in the news side of things? Google suspends trust wallets from its Google Play Market. Wow, what happened there? Wonder why. I know that freaking SEC is coming after Consensus on some garbage stuff, and so it's like, or Consensus is now countersuing or suing the SEC. It's just silly stuff like that, man. I don't get what the SEC's play on that is, but now they're trying to come after decentralization of wallets and all that good stuff. So let's just see. Google Play has apparently removed the non-custodial wallet Trust Wallet from its listing just a few days after the FBI warned against using non-KYC crypto services. Yeah, that's what I was kind of mentioning just a moment ago. This definitely said it better. Trust Wallet, a non-custodial digital wallet for storing crypto that was acquired by Binance in 2018, has allegedly been removed from the Google Play marketplace. When attempting to access the app's page on Google Play, users are now redirected to a blank page indicating that the application is no longer available. Well, does that mean it still works is a question. Obviously, it still works, guys, because at the same time, the way it works as a decentralized wallet is you got seed words. You can type those seed words into different platforms, such as Rabby Wallet, such as MetaMask, such as many other wallets out there. So do not let that deter you and do not let their fear mongering get to you because that's all this is. It's just fear, fear, fear. Trust Wallet was established. Let me just kind of see if we have anything else. As non-custodial wallets remain available on Google Play at the time of writing. Funny. All right, cool. Good stuff there. Crypto policies won't be affected by South African elections. Okay. South Korea to introduce crypto crime investigations unit. Surprised they don't already have that. Tether invests $200 million in biotech firm. We just talked about that. Trust Wallet has already been restored to Google Play Store. What? Literally, hold on. 14 hours ago, this article comes out. 6 hours ago, this article comes out. So now you got me kind of curious. Like, why? What happened? What just went down? Binance endorsed crypto storage provider Trust Wallet was temporarily removed from Google Play Store on April 29th after the news broke. Trust Wallet's token fell 5% as users were unsure why Google suspended the app without public notice. Speculators also surmised that the issue was related to an FBI circular from last week warning against the using of non-KYC platforms. Following confusion on social media, Crypto.news reached out to the self-custodial wallet maker for comment. A spokesperson clarified in an email the company had taken swift action to resolve the incident. According to the information, the FBI notice was not singled out as a reason for Google's initial decision. Trust Wallet had barely recovered from its plunge at press time. Cool. The matter was related to Google's policy to which we submitted an appeal several weeks ago. Furthermore, we're glad to inform you that Trust Wallet again live in the Play Store. Too funny. Too funny. Wow. Cool. That was quick. Glad that news got over and resolved pretty damn fast. Crypto investment outflows reached 3-week streak of 435 million. Yeah, a lot of people are scared of what's going on. They're scared. Uncertainty definitely messes with people, man. It's one of those things that's the reason why a lot of people don't make it in crypto because of uncertainty. Whereas all you have to do is just hold. I know it's very easy to say, very difficult to do. It's easy in theory to do, but it's obviously proven and in reality to be much more difficult to just hold. If you can just hold the token, even if you didn't buy the dip, even if you didn't buy anything else, even if you didn't do anything else, so you just hold the tokens, you're gonna be better off. But so many people get caught up chasing new shiny objects, getting their wallet drained, all this stuff. It's just absolutely crazy. Okay, cool. Looks like that's for the most part most of the news there. Do we have any other crazy information over here? Hong Kong ETF starts tomorrow. Damn, that's fire. Yeah, Hong Kong's definitely doing what they can to make it a very good crypto friendly place. And they're doing the ETF essentially alleges the SEC is considered either to be a security over a year ago. Funny. Um so yeah, I mean Hong Kong's definitely doing it once. Why crypto? Nah, I can't promote that coin at this point in time, my friend. But if you got questions, I'm always happy to check it out. Trust Wallet back on Google Play. Yeah, I know, right? Oh snap, Crypto Wonder. Yeah, prospector in the house. Uh, hey man, thanks for this morning streams. You keep me in the loop of the shadow figures in the alleys of the PulseChain Hex ecosystem, and there are a lot of shadows to be seen out there. I pulled up a fun little thing where you can actually use the doppelganger for. Let me just see if I need to refresh it or anything. You can actually come into Merlin. Merlin.ai, I believe, is the actual. It's getmerlin.in if you actually want to end up getting it. But essentially, you can make like little AI creations of profiles. And so what I did was I made a little doppelganger profile in here, and you can actually come in and say like all this stuff. So I would say like, hey, give me the top 5 hacks that have happened and how to prevent. Let's just see what it ends up coming up with. 1 second. 3 commas API leak was a wake-up call. Let me just kind of zoom on in case you can't really see because it's tough for even me to see, and I'm right in front of the screen. The 3 commas API leak was a wake-up call to prevent, tighten API security measures. The Pepe buying blunder was painful to prevent practice responsible investing and avoid impulsive decisions fueled by FOMO. 1000% facts. The company's unethical social media sabotage is a red flag to prevent, prioritize ethical business practices. Tornado Cash debacle exposed vulnerabilities to prevent, conduct thorough due diligence on the tools you use and support projects that prioritize security. Speaking of, it looks like ZK, I'm not even gonna like talk, but there's a whole bunch of like scams still going on. Guys, just be careful about it, man. At the same time, like I get so tired of whenever I hear like a hack that happens and it stinks because it's like you almost feel their pain. You're like, damn, dude, you just lost a whole bunch of money for doing something that got you nowhere at the same time. So try to be smart about how you're doing it. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, always have a backup at minimum, y'all. Just have a backup of everything. Keep it very simple for yourself. So that way, if you do end up getting jeopardized or if something does happen, you are still covered and all is good in life, boys and gals. Other than that, I'm going to sign off. I hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon, evening. I will be back tomorrow.